Despite their importance to employee development, company culture, retention, and engagement, ERGs tend to either get no budget at all or at best a pittance of what they should. 21% of ERG leaders are bootstrapping their groups without money to spend, according to a study by the Rise Journey. Meanwhile, most ERG budgets sit somewhere between $1,500 to $5,000. With the proper budgeting strategy, you can make the biggest impact and squeeze every drop of green right out of every single dollar available to you. That, of course, is contingent on having a budget at all. Hi, I'm Arash. Welcome to MentorcliQ's ERG Toolkit, where we focus on quick, impactful tips that help you launch, engage, grow, and measure the success of your employee resource groups. This video is part 1 of our 3-part mini-series on ERG budgeting. Today we're going to talk about some of the most important items to include in your budget and shed some light on items that don't belong on your list of expenses. Before we dive in, please take a quick second to like this video and subscribe to our channel. At MentorcliQ, we love to see employee engagement and development programs succeed. Showing a little love by hitting those like and subscribe buttons helps us know what's working and gives us the feedback we need to make sure you get even more impactful content like this. One of the hardest parts of creating a budget for an ERG is trying to determine which items you should include. I recommend you start broad and then get detailed. Yes, I know you probably already have a list of awesome guest speakers and amazing events you want to host for your members, but as the saying goes, don't put the cart before the horse. Your ERG budget needs to begin with broad categories. From there, you can determine what smaller line items might be included in each category. There are likely dozens of potential buckets you could create, but if you're leading an ERG for the first time, I recommend you start with these easy to understand and simple to navigate categories. First, number 1, events and cultural programs. Number 2, community initiatives. Number 3, external support, such as guest speakers. And 4, personal and professional development. Let's briefly cover what we mean by these categories. Events and culture building programs are always exciting times for ERGs. Members get a chance to network and engage with each other, and as a group, you get the chance to create a lasting and bonding experience. Events aren't free though, so you're going to need to figure out how to budget for it. Common expenses for events include, but are not limited to, renting locations, catering, decorations. Renting space alone is usually the biggest expense, and if you're running virtual events, you can eliminate a fairly large amount of the cost for events. However, in-person events provide a unique experience for your ERGs. If you have the budget or can figure out a way to make it work within your budget, opting for at least one in-person event is a great idea. Your ERG may be responsible for certain corporate responsibility initiatives. DEI programming, charity work, volunteering, and even mentoring and employee development can at times fall within the scope of an ERG. These initiatives often require some expense, such as venue costs, travel expenses, or equipment rentals. Community initiatives can be like events at times, but their purpose and potential impact on your goals may be different, so it's best to consider them separate and distinct from events. Doing so will make it far easier to get a better sense of the cost-benefit analysis you run on your expenses at the end of the year. External support includes any individuals or resources you bring in from outside of your organization to support your program. Guest speakers, consultants, workshops, they'll all fall into this category. This line item goes hand in hand with events and cultural programs. However, they don't always come together. For example, you may have a one-off workshop that wouldn't qualify as an event, and you may have an event that doesn't include any guest speakers or external support. Quite understandably, this can be one of the most expensive and most impactful parts of your budget, so handle it with care. A key reason why employees join ERGs is to learn, grow, and navigate their roles. For many employees, this happens best when that development can occur within the framework of an ERG and from individuals who have shared some of the same struggles they face within the workplace. Your ERG budget should account for the cost of development through different avenues, including attending conferences, ICF certified coaching, and leadership development programs, And of course, last but not least, mentorship. Even if you get all the money you could ever dream of to run your ERG, there are some expenses you shouldn't include. Primarily, these are expenses that aren't the responsibility of the ERG and therefore should not be included as a line item. These typically include ERG lead compensation. This should be included in the HR or functional department's budget. Branding and recruitment. This also falls under the HR department's budget. Leading an ERG distinctly serves the interests and needs of the company's goals around employee development, engagement, and retention. ERG leadership, therefore, takes on a responsibility that serves the needs that fall within the HR department. Any financial compensation or stipends for serving in that role must come from there. The same is true of branding and recruitment. It's in the company's best interest to ensure that employees join these voluntary programs because, again, it's a distinct HR need. This means branding and recruitment spending must come directly from the HR or DEI budget. As you start drafting your ERG budget, don't forget to align your expenses with what your group members want or need and with what your organization wants to see as an outcome of running the program. Sending out an internal survey to potential program participants before you begin drafting your budget will help you determine what items to include and where to allocate your expenses to best serve your members. Align that with your organizational needs to find the right balance. This brings us to the end of part 1. In part 2 of our ERG budgeting series, we'll cover one of the hardest parts of leading an ERG, requesting a budget. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like and subscribe. And don't forget to check us out at diverse.com, mentorcliq.com, and on LinkedIn at MentorcliQ.